What up, good people? It's your boy, Mr. Anthony, and welcome to another episode of the Mr. Anthony Show. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And once again, it's always a pleasure, man, to sit here and chop it up with y'all and just go over some life shit. You know what I mean? Talk about some things that people just don't be talking about all the time on the internet. No messy shit over here. We don't do that. We don't do that over here. We make you think. We make you go into that brain of yours and say, hey, today ain't gonna end as a bad day, even if it started as one. We done turn on the Mr. Anthony Show. That dude over there, man, he giving some inspiration and some love over there for the people. Because it ain't about me. It's about y'all. And without y'all, there's no me. So I appreciate all the time that y'all spend listening to me run my mouth. But let's get to this, man. And you know, I'm starting to become a fan of this clip art that I've been finding. I've been seeing it's been hit my timeline on socials and just with different things, like different topics, just pictures. And the picture just speaks to us. It just speaks. And then, of course, the captions and all of that. But like this picture right here, man, this image, I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see it. We're going to just run through it real quickly. The picture itself speaks. Just take away the words and just look at this picture, the image of this young man. You know? That his demeanor, his gait, the way he's sitting slumped over, back hunched, you know what I'm saying? Elbows on the knees, hands just dropped like, man, I'm done. I'm about to crack out here. You know? I'm about to crack. For real. That's the look this brother got, man. And it's a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done had that moment. If you a man that done been out here in the world doing what you got to do, and you got people, you know, and you got things you need to take care of for you, or especially if you got a family, it's even more stress. It's even more stress, you know? So this brother got all of this, you know, he got that look like, damn, the weight of the world is on my shoulders. It's right here. He's trying to make his way through it. We're going to run through this right here, but just take a look at him, man. Let's run through this. Like rent's due Friday. She said I'm not doing enough. Yeah. Wow. Okay. My kid asked why I'm never home. Nobody checks on me. I'm falling apart and nobody sees it. I can't afford to fail. I'm tired of being strong. God, I'm trying. Man. That's heavy right there, y'all. You feel me? That's heavy. That speaks loudly, but quietly. Look how he's sitting there. He ain't said, he holding all this in. These are just his thoughts popping. If I was them, I probably would have put a little bubbles like coming off. You know what I'm saying? Those have been like little thought bubbles. But these are thoughts, man. That's how I view it coming out of this man's head. You know, and he's sitting here quietly going through his day to day, doing what he got to do, paying bills, taking care of the family, you know, and inside he's breaking. Internally, he's breaking. That's what's happening here, right? And most of us don't break in obvious ways. We don't just fall apart in front of people. We don't announce, I'm overwhelmed. You know, we just don't cry out for help, even though we should. We just keep going. And from the outside looking in, right, it looks great. Looks like it's strong. Everything's good. But inside, something that could be wearing us down quietly, steadily, invisibly. We can break silently. This happens oh so often. We're going to talk about it. So we break while we show up to work. We still go to work. We break and we still keep trying to pay what we can. We got to make sure the bills pay, right? We break while we still telling ourselves, I'll just figure it out tomorrow. We can be sitting alone at night. That can be where we break. We got our times and our moments where, you can reflect, staring at walls, replaying conversations, counting responsibilities, weighing expectations, and wondering how much longer we can keep holding everything together. And the hardest part is when nobody checks on you. Not because they don't care. It's because we're conditioned to look like we're functioning properly out here, even when we're falling apart. We are conditioned to appear like everything's good. So these moments happen. We get out here, we could be drowning. Water dead up there. I know, we be right here at the water. Right here, water right here. We could be drowning and still be told, you strong, you ain't sank yet. Come on, get it together. Figure it out, buddy. Get out the water. Figure it out. And this is where the real pressure begins. The rent's due. The bills are stacking. The job has expectations and they want you to be consistent and reliable. The family needs stability, not explanations. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to hear that. The bill collector damn sure don't want to hear it. That's for sure. And somewhere in between all of that, we were told we're not doing enough. You need to do more. You're not working hard enough. You're not present enough. You're not earning enough. You're not emotionally available enough. We hear this while we're already exhausted. We don't stop talking about our stress because it just disappears. We don't talk about it because we realize it don't change nothing. Vulnerability doesn't reduce expectations. It often it increases them. So, we learn to internalize, right, fellas? We learn to carry. We learn to compress everything we're feeling into silence. It's a horrible thing. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. It's not a good thing that we do this. It's not. But if you got the right person by you, you should be able to relieve some of this pressure. That's why you need a strong mate. That's what we were designed for. God did that. That's his blueprint, right? That's his blueprint. So you gotta have a strong one on your team, man. And especially once you start to get up there in age, a little bit ripping, running in the streets, it costs too much. Get you somebody, you know what I'm saying? And chill. Straight up. You have somewhere to pressure relief, man. We need it. We need it. Because in reality of it, a lot of times, we're allowed to be tired, but you better not stop. We're allowed to be stressed, but you better not fail. You're allowed to feel pressure, but don't ask for no relief. See, the contradiction is where we begin to fracture this. Because our value is rarely measured by who we are. It's measured by what we produce, what we provide, what we hold together. And when that identity becomes only the source of our worth, you know what I mean? The fear of failure becomes paralyzing. Because whether you believe it or not, failure don't mean It's just doesn't have something to do with money or losing money. It means losing respect. It means losing trust. It means losing your identity. So we push. We just keep on going like the Energizer Bunny. We just keep going and going and going. That's why we push through the limits, man, when we shouldn't. When we should pause. When we should take a moment, damn it. When we should take a moment. We keep pushing. We ignore the warning signs. We keep going, even though our body is telling us this. You know, our mind, our spirit, our inner being is telling us, look, man, you got to stop doing what you're doing and take a moment. And take a moment. Because nobody teaches us how to feel or how to rest without guilt. No one teaches us how to ask for help without feeling like we're becoming a burden. So we internalize everything. They don't teach us how to be human without feeling like we're risking it all. Suffer quietly. We could be surrounded by people and still feel alone. We could be providing for a family and still feel unseen, invisible. You could be admired for your strength and still feel emotionally abandoned. Internally. So if no one asks the strong one how he's holding up, no one checks on the man who always handles business, nobody questions the silence of a man who's still functioning, until one day that silence turns into some emotional numbness. He just detaches himself. Burnout, or worse, combust. Even then, we try to keep going. Like reach that breaking point. Some of us go over, some of us don't, but we still try to push through. We don't want pity. We don't want to be rescued. We don't want to be treated like we're weak. We want to be understood. We want space to breathe. We want to be acknowledged without being judged. That's important. You feel me? Because strength isn't just pretending we're okay. It's all right. It's okay to not be okay. Strength isn't never breaking. It's just pretty much surviving without losing ourselves here. That's what we're trying to do. Survive, but not lose ourselves. So look, if you're listening to this right now, right, and this sounds familiar to you, pause for a moment, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, because this space and place you're in right now on the Mr. Anthony Show is where we have these types of conversations. We talk about some things that are uncomfortable, but real. You feel me? So be okay with getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, because this is the space and place where these types of conversations are had. All right? We don't need someone to fix our problems though, right, fellas? We need someone to recognize that we're carrying them. That's all. We ain't asking for a lot. We just want someone to recognize that the shit on our shoulders can be heavy sometimes. You know what I mean? And we want to, come home into our dwellings. If you're in the same space with your person and you want to be able to take that load off, And if you're a man carrying more than you can say out loud right now, understand this clearly, my brother. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're not broken. You're human. And being strong doesn't mean suffering in silence and suffering alone. Does not mean that. So, if this resonated with you, I want you to share this with another brother who you feel can use it. We passing out love. over here on the Mr. Anthony Show. That's what this is about. Positivity, baby. We in a different lane. We ain't finna be around here giving out this negative energy that a lot of these other channels are doing. People feeding off of that. Not over here, baby. This is the place where you come to walk away feeling enlightened. Like, I'm finna conquer the day. I'm a black king. I'm a black queen. I'm just, man, I got this. This is for me. This day, and we gonna win it. That's what we do over here on the Mr. Anthony Show. So just know, you're not alone. You're not alone. I appreciate y'all tuning in once again. And I definitely will catch you on the next one. Peace and blessings.